Good evening. It is Tuesday, November 19th, 2024. I am Daniela Edwin. Welcome to the Hot 7 TV Nightly News. We are on Flow Channel 117, Kiss FM, the Caribbean Hot FM mobile app, and the Caribbean Hot 7 TV Facebook page. Not forgetting those of you using the Hot 7 plug and play antenna. Thank you so much for joining us. Police have recovered the body of a male in an ancillary river that has been confirmed to be that of a missing man. Jasmine Duncan begins tonight's reporting.
An ancillary man presumed missing has been found by law enforcement, but unfortunately has become the latest victim of a drowning. According to police reports on Sunday, November 17, 2024, about 8:30 a.m., police officers attached to the ancillary police station received a report of a missing person. The victim was identified as Felix Bishop, alias Coy, of Venus Road Ancillary. Investigators launched an immediate inquiry into the circumstances surrounding the disappearance of the victim. On Monday, November 18, 2024, about 7:35 a.m., officers received information regarding the discovery of an unresponsive male near the Venus River. The victim was conveyed to the Owen King European Hospital, where a medical practitioner declared him deceased. The individual was later identified as 60-year-old Felix Bishop of Venus Road Ancillary, the male who had been reported missing. Investigations into this incident are ongoing and a post-mortem examination is scheduled for a subsequent date. Reporting for the Hot 7 TV News, I am Jasmine Duncan.
Emmanuel Bellas, a giant in local football and a dedicated mentor to countless athletes, passed away on November 19, 2024, after a brave battle with a rare illness. His untimely passing has left the nation in mourning as tributes pour in from all those he inspired and served.
The family, friends, sports fraternity and colleagues of Emmanuel Bellas have been plunged into mourning following his untimely passing on November 19, 2024. A giant in the Saint Lucia sports arena, Bellas was recently diagnosed with a rare syndrome that caused rapid onset muscle weakness as his immune system attacked his peripheral nervous system. Despite the courageous fight he put up, his health deteriorated, leaving an entire nation in shock and heartbreak. Bellas dedicated his life to shaping the future of Saint Lucian sports. As president of the Saint Lucia South Football League and coaching coordinator of the Saint Lucia Football Association, he was a driving force behind the growth of football in the country. His influence extended to the national youth teams and women's teams, where he imparted his knowledge, passion, and technical expertise. A certified FIFA coach instructor, he tirelessly worked to uplift athletes and coaches alike. Beyond football, Bellas was a former physical education teacher at the Viewfort Comprehensive Secondary School, a role in which he inspired and molded many of the island's top athletes. His former students and colleagues remember him as a mentor, motivator, and friend who instilled discipline and a love for sports in all he encountered. In the weeks leading up to his passing, Bellas's family had appealed for blood donations and had made arrangements for him to receive the best medical care. Sadly, his loss has sent ripples of sorrow across the nation, with an outpouring of tributes and condolences from all corners of the community. The legacy of Emmanuel Bellas is etched in the hearts of the countless lives he touched on the field, in the classroom, and beyond. Saint Lucia has lost not just a sporting hero, but a compassionate soul who gave his all for the betterment of others. As a former student of Emmanuel Bellas, I extend condolences to all who grieve the loss of this irreplaceable sports figure. For the Hot 7 TV News, Christy Bakey reporting.
Following a recent surge in road accidents and fatalities, the buried trauma of one family has been brought to the fore. In an exclusive interview with Hot 7 TV, a daughter of one of the victims from 2018 opened up about the profound and lasting impact of losing her mother to a tragic accident.
And my mother died on the bus in that city. That's it, nothing. And I really I still have pain. I still feeling the pain for my mother. Everybody. Yeah. When I'm going to town, I can't watch when my mother died. I have to turn my head on the other side. And when the vehicle pass, sometimes I just pray to God, because I'm on a bus every day, and the way the vehicle just pass and overtake. And I want to go and learn how to drive, and I'm afraid, because the amount of vehicle that has passed,
The pain of losing a loved one to a road accident never truly fades, and for Yunelta Siko Joseph, the daughter of the late Mary Joseph, time may elapse, but the memory remains. Mary Joseph, a 56-year-old who owned the popular wood-fire bakery in Tomaso, Dennery, lost her life on March 1, 2018, in a horrific accident near the Mac Junction. Reports indicate that a white minibus traveling from Oleyor to Castries lost control while attempting to avoid a cyclist, ultimately crashing into a nearby house. Both Mary Joseph and the cyclist were killed on impact. Now, 6 years later, Siko remains deeply affected by the loss. She recalled how uneasy she felt on the day of the accident when she saw the minibus her mother intended to board.
She stopped the bus and I told her, no. She can't board that bus. And I told my brother to call her and tell her, don't board that bus because that man will kill her. And the man had passed already, the man reversed and she boarded the bus. And that was it. So when a guy stopped there, I think his wife was working at the hospital and they called him and then they said, where are you? He said, oh, I buy the local bread place. And the guy watched me. I say, an accident, a serious accident? He tell me yes. And I say, my mom died in that accident. Because that bus that passed, that was the only bus that passed at that time.
Having had a personal near-death experience on that very same minibus, hearing of this accident instantly sent chills up her spine as she knew this time it was her mother.
I board that bus, and that bus overtaking the tunnel with me. Overtaking the corner in the tunnel by the gas station there. So I tell him, what he doing? And that day I never board that bus. So that's why I tell my mother, don't board that bus.
Despite the passage of time, Siko vividly remembers the events of that day and the challenges that followed. According to her, the family has been going through legal proceedings with the minibus's insurance company, but no amount of money can compensate for the loss and that of others whose lives changed forever on that day.
Up to now, we go in court case up to now, and nothing has been done, nothing. It has 6 years already, and the girl, all the people that was on board, they asked me if, nothing about that.
The grieving daughter also reflected on her last encounter with her mother, a memory she holds dear to her heart.
She tell me rubber fit for in the kitchen, and I rubber fit for. I tell her the clothes is very good on her, but she that sew that clothes the night before for next day. She that sew the clothes on her. She died with the clothes on her. She that made it, that nice clothes she that made it.
In light of the island's 16 road fatalities recorded this year, Siko issued a heartfelt plea to drivers, particularly minibus operators, to prioritize safety.
I want to tell the people they have to, because there are people on board the bus. It's not animal that has been on board the bus, it's people. You going in town, you will reach in town, even though you drive slow, you will reach in town. It's not about speed. Oh, let's make a race. No, you have to take your time to go and do what you're doing and you'll come back safe.
The family has since continued to operate Mary Joseph's bakery in Tomaso, preserving her legacy while coping with their loss. For the Hot 7 TV News, Chrissy Bakey reporting.
In this report, the Royal Saint Lucia Police Force sends a strong message to the individuals who boldly opened fire in Castries on Monday.
Monday's drive-by shooting in the heart of Castries has opened a new level of criminality that the Royal Saint Lucia Police Force says it will not take lightly. As of now, police are investigating the shooting incident that occurred on Monday, November 18, 2024, and claimed the life of one male identified as Jaime Papius of Babonneau and left another injured. In light of this, Assistant Commissioner of Police Luc de Freitas says the force will not stand by and accept this form of lawlessness.
This brazen attack not only impacted two of our young men, but also their families, who are now left mourning a loss or suffer anxiously as they await the recovery of their loved one. It has on a wider scale left our citizenry in a state of panic and fear.
Given that this attack took place in a highly populated area, which could have ended in a far worse manner, de Freitas took the opportunity to address the concerns of the public and says investigators are pursuing leads that could yield positive results.
The personnel of the Royal Saint Lucia Police Force were immediately deployed to the scene, not only rendering aid to the victims, but controlling the influx of bystanders in order to preserve the integrity of the evidence. Other lines of inquiry were pursued and tools at our disposal were utilized, including the use of the closed-circuit television systems. Our patrols, execution of searches and engagement of suspicious individuals have been ongoing prior to this incident and have continued thereafter. The RSLPF can affirm that there are leads which have been pursued through the course of yesterday afternoon into today that we hope will soon bring investigators closer to making arrest in this matter.
And to the perpetrators, de Freitas says the police force will be relentless in its pursuit of justice, adding that accomplices are twice as guilty.
We will spare no effort or resource to ensure that the perpetrators are expeditiously brought to justice. Such lawlessness cannot and will not be tolerated. The enablers who harbor those criminal elements are, in our view, worse than those who pull the trigger. Because of you, crime persists. We need to collectively offer no safe haven for those intent on breaking the law. It is with this in mind, I ask you, the public, to contact us with any information you may have about those criminals, those who seek to hide them, those who are aware of their actions, and those who facilitate their foolhardy behavior.
With males often falling victim to a life of crime, and in light of International Men's Day, de Freitas made a clarion call to all men to engage in one positive deed, reflecting and reasserting their role in society, not allowing the disorderly and the shameful conduct of a few define the majority. Reporting for the Hot 7 TV News, I am Jasmine Duncan.
Coming up next, Deputy Prime Minister Ernest Hilaire says it is time to strengthen the law in dealing with criminality. And Wasco says rainfall is to be blamed for lower water pressure and the cheap water rates paid by consumers for its inability to repair faulty lines. All that and much more coming up when we return.